Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. If you are new, my name is Stephanie and this is Mrs. Summers Budgets. We're a family of 5 who lives in Florida and we're on a journey to pay off over $77,000 in credit card debt. In this video, I'm going to show you how we spent every dollar we brought in this week to help us get closer to achieving our goal of paying off our debt. So if that's something you're interested in, make sure you click that subscribe button so you don't miss any of my future videos, and let's get into it. All right, so for this week, my husband got paid only. My husband gets paid weekly and I get paid every other week. So the first transaction we have is our rollover from last week of $169.85. My husband got paid $15.50, got a little more than usual due to his 4th of July paycheck. We did make a payment of $248.20 towards our card that we are debt snowballing. We paid $165 for our son's daycare. My husband got $150 in personal money. We spent $198.77 at our local gardening / hardware center on lots and lots of dirt, some rocks, a couple of different kinds of rakes, some seeds, some perlite, just all the things for the garden. So $198.77 for that. We also bought some barbecue sauce. If you're from Jacksonville or know anything about Jacksonville, there is a barbecue place there called Jenkins. And I don't care for their food, but the sauce is great, a great mustard-based sauce. So we ordered 3 quarts of their barbecue sauce online, and with shipping, it was $41.90. This past weekend, we went to the beach and we stopped at the dollar store to get some toys for the boys to play with in the sand while we were at the beach, and that was $8.64. For eating out this week, 2 of my kids had McDonald's, and that was $11.42. And me and my oldest son had Captain D's, which was $15.15, which was one of the worst experiences I've ever had at a Captain D's. I got us like a shrimp and fish dinner, and when I got to McDonald's, I was like in the drive-thru at McDonald's, and I checked our food, and there were literally only 6 pieces of shrimp in each one of our containers, no fish. So they owe us 2 fish and shrimp meals at a later time. We haven't gone back to get that, but yeah, I was pretty upset with myself because time and time again, when you go through the drive-thru, you say to yourself, make sure you always check your food. Every time you don't, something bad happens, and I just didn't, and I drove off, and then come to find out my food was wrong. So I don't know why I don't listen to my own advice and just check my food every time I get fast food. But you're trying not to hold up the time in the drive-thru. You're trying not to hold up other people trying to get their food. So maybe I should just go in from now on so I don't have to feel bad about checking my food. On the 15th, my husband I got gas in my husband's truck for $71.45 because we took his truck to the beach because I needed 4-wheel drive for us to be able to drive on the beach. So I filled up his truck. My husband got some spark plugs for his truck. We had a mechanic come out to do a tune-up on his truck, and the spark plugs were $168.94. He also needed O2 sensors for the tune-up. We spent $72.74 on the O2 sensors, and the mechanic charged us $230 to do the labor for the tune-up. Scroll it. There we go. My woman lead decided to come on Saturday since we were going to the beach. When we went to the dollar store, I had to get some tampons because I didn't have any, so that was $5. For groceries this past week, we went to Walmart. It was $247.48. I pulled $300 in from our savings account because we didn't have enough to cash flow the expenses for my husband's tune-up and the mechanic's fee. So we pulled $300 into our savings account to be able to get his tune-up. We paid $115 for our credit card bill. We went back to Walmart and spent $27.85 on like bread and fruit and yogurt after the weekend. This was what, Monday, because we just were out of those things. We took all the fruit with us to the beach. So we just got some essentials. And then, unbeknownst to me, when I got home, I made shrimp fried rice that night, but we didn't have any soy sauce, so I had to go to the dollar store and get a bottle of soy sauce, and I got some ice pops while I was there. So that was $5.81. Our dog's pet insurance came out for $76. Netflix came out for $21.67. My husband put gas in my car for $52. I ended up returning those spark plugs to the O'Reilly's auto parts store because they weren't the right kind. The mechanic told us to get Mopar, like OEM parts, and they were going to take a long time to get here, so I just went to O'Reilly's and got what I thought we needed, but he said it wouldn't work, so I had to return them and ordered the correct part on Amazon. So he'll be back later to replace the O2 sensors, but I got $72.74 back from our return at O'Reilly's. Our Microsoft storage came out for $6.99. We paid $50 towards Carter's medical bill. I contacted them to see if they would give us a discount for paying in full, and the representative told me that they discontinued that they no longer offer a discount if you pay in full, that the only thing they could offer me was a payment plan. So I went ahead and started the payment plan. It was, they took $50, during my phone call and set me up for $50 a month for the next 23 months at 0% interest. So I do plan on paying this off before then, but as of right now, $50 a month is set up to come out of our account on the 18th of every month for Carter's hospital bill. I did put $50 into our account from our medical sinking fund, because if you've been here for a little bit, we've been saving money towards this bill. So I put $50 from the sinking fund we had going into the account to pay that $50 bill. And then I put $10 on my SunPass, like transponder thing for the toll roads, because I had a bill of like $4 and some change, so I just added $10, which gave me like a $5 or $6 credit on my SunPass transponder. So that leaves us with $142.58 to roll over to the next week. So let's go ahead and flip this so you guys can see my paycheck budget for this week. Was this one? Yes. Okay. Okay, so as far as pay for my husband, he actually brought in $15.50. Our rollover was $169.62. And from savings, we pulled $300, but we also had that refund from O'Reilly's and the $50 from our sinking fund. So I'm just going to put that on other. And that was $122.74. Okay, so for income, our actual total was $15.50, $169.62, $300, and $122.74. It's $21.42.36. Okay, so for our fixed expenses, my life insurance didn't come out, so that's zeros. Our cloud storage did. Daycare did. Netflix came out. We paid $248.20 for our debt snowball and $115 for our minimum payment. So that means our fixed expenses were $699, $165, $21.67, $248.20, and $115, $556.86. Okay, sinking funds. We didn't do anything. All right, for groceries, we did way over at $328.04. Personal money was $150. Cars was $605.13. Household was $198.77. Pets was $76. Kids was $864. Medical was $50. Eating out was $26.57. And clothing was $0. So if you're new here, I'm just going to explain my cash envelopes really quick. So for us, groceries, anything that is food or consumable. So our laundry detergent, garbage bags, you know, all those things that you use and consume, shampoo, body wash, that is included in our grocery. So food and consumables. For cars, anything that has to do with our cars comes out of cars. So it's gas, it's maintenance, car washes, tires, registration, everything for our cars comes out of this cars category. Household is things that we buy for the house that aren't consumable. So right now we're buying like garden accoutrement. So we've been buying garden beds, soil, we've bought curtains. If we need a can opener, all of those things are considered household because they're for the house, but they're not consumable. Pets is for our chickens. We have 2 hens. We used to have 3 hens, but one of our dogs unfortunately killed one. If you've been here a hot minute, you know we started with 4 hens, allegedly. But one of our hens is a him. His name is Gaston, and he's mean. So one of our 4 hens is a rooster, and so that left us with 3. And then Rusty got one of our hens, so that left us with 2. So we have 2 hens and 1 rooster, and 2 Rottweilers that are 1 year old. So anything for them, this is their pet insurance, the $76. So anything for them comes out of pets. Kids is anything that we spend because of the kids, for the kids, you know, the stuff that they need or want. So that's for the kids. Medical is medical, eating out is eating out, and clothes is clothes for anybody in the family. I try not to have anything unbudgeted. I don't believe in having unbudgeted. If my kid needs something that we didn't plan for, as far as the budget, like if their budget is $100 and we spend $160 because they needed something and it cost $60, then we're just over budget in the kids category. It's not an unbudgeted item because we have a category for the item that we purchased. The only thing I use unbudgeted for is something that is completely, you know, out of the ordinary, I think last month there was a fraud charge on my debit card for $125. That was unbudgeted because, of course, I didn't plan on being defrauded $125. And then the only other thing I can think of that's happened recently within the last like 6 months is me buying stamps, because we buy a book at a time and it takes us a long time to get through a book of stamps, and I don't have a category that stamps fits in, so it was an unbudgeted expense. So I try not to have anything unbudgeted in my budget, because most of the things that we buy or need come out of these cash envelope categories. When I picked these cash envelope categories, I tried to think of like everything that we could possibly need to buy. So let's go ahead and add up all of our cash envelopes really quick. 328.04, 150, 605.13, 198.77, 76, 864, 50, and 26.57. So that is $1,443.15. We didn't have anything miscellaneous this week. Here is where I put things that might come up for the month that we don't have every month, like our Amazon Prime membership will be on here next month. This month we might have had Costco, but we decided to not renew it. Last month we had our Blink subscription. Those were things that are like an annual subscription that aren't in our fixed expenses, because we don't pay them every month, we just pay them once a year. So those are the kinds of things that I put in this miscellaneous expense category. So we didn't have any of that. So let's see what this says we should be rolling over. All right, so that's 142.35, which is right? Oops, 142.58. So I'm off by 23 cents somewhere, but we won't worry about that. Oh, and let me show you guys, as you guys know, now I'm using my like S tab, and I told you I was going to print out the sheets as I like completed them and put them in my binder. So I did do that for the first week of July and the transaction tracker for the first week of July, and it came out really great. I'm going to show it to you guys. So this is the just the print out of this. So it looks really good, very legible. And then this is the spending tracker for the first week. The colors came out really good. You can still, you know, tell the difference in like the shades from the yellow and the green and things like that. I did try and go back and like change the way I wrote these so the black would show up more, because the gray didn't print very well. But for this week I did a really good job of like making it nice and big, dark, so it should print out really well. But yeah, I'm very happy with using my tablet and, you know, not having a bunch of mistakes on it, being able to erase as I need to, and then just printing out the pages and hole punching them and putting them in the binder that I've been using all year, so that I can finish out the binder with the remaining 6 months of the year. So anyways, that's going to do it for this budget check-in. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.